and Tim Walls. No other choice. But as we embrace this renewed sense of hope, let us not forget the despair we have felt. Let us not forget what we are up against. Yes, Kamala and Tim are doing great now. We're loving it. They're packing arenas across the country. Folks are energized. We are feeling good. But remember, there are still so many people who are desperate for a different outcome, who are ready to question and criticize every move Kamala makes, who are eager to spread those lies, who don't want to vote for a woman, who will continue to prioritize building their wealth over ensuring that everyone has enough. So no matter how good we feel tonight or tomorrow or the next day, this is going to be an uphill battle. So folks, we cannot be our own worst enemies. No. See, because the minute something goes wrong, the minute a lie takes hold, folks, we cannot start wringing our hands. We cannot get a Goldilocks complex about whether everything is just right. And we cannot indulge our anxieties about whether this country will elect someone like Kamala instead of doing everything.
Muslim, Christian, Jew, Hindu, Buddhist, and atheist, one, two, and all in between. This is for the absolute positive, bigger, better, good God, and truth of you. You know, everything she said about Kamala Harris and Donald Trump was absolutely accurate and on point. And if I ever need somebody to talk me up, I'll definitely be at her to do it. But no in reality check, okay? If Kamala Harris becomes president, right, and she is still with the same old faithful status quo, man, which is believing that you have to lock your fellow man up in cages, right, to reform them, or believing that warring for any reason, right, is the good of you as truth. Well, those things are totally self-destructive. They only serve to kill you. And in reality check, until you get there, you will be in nothing but hell for those things. Listen to me. The state of one more positive from the inside out than all negativity, to cross that way from the inside out at 360 degrees is the only light, joy, warmth, good God or truth, Holy Spirit, for everlasting peace, all will ever know or be. And every time you state the faith, you state no good ass truth. It's a reality check. And just like my last post stated, man, if you are of a faithful way, right, and you can't comprehend what's good ass truth when it's presented to you because you're so indoctrinated with the path of your faith through government or religion, you are doomed to death for it, because it is extinction on you, just like it was extinction from the beginning on Adam and Eve. If Adam would have crossed Eve back one more positive than all negativity, instead of a nutty, fruity, bushwhacking snake on his holy existence, hallucinating that all he branches out to as knowledge is a tree. Man, let me explain something to you. He was the tree of paradise. All you branch out to, right, with your senses, right, with all you see, hear, taste, touch, smell, say, and do, only cross one more positive than negative always. Christ-like, the absolute good truth of God of the life of Jesus Christ, one who never dies, a negative to one nothing in body and matter. That is the forever lasting peace of the God of Allah of all I am. The 3 times male Adamus evolved, King Adamus of all good, of all I am, of all for everlasting peace that never dies, a negative, the one, neutral, nothing, man. Let me explain something to you. The only person that died that day was that fool of faith and all those fools who put the good God and truth, the thief and Holy Spirit of all I am, on that cross into the test. Because in reality check, you can't do nothing but suffer and die out, less evolved with faith, because it doesn't always cross you one more positive than negative. It always states that things cross evil, sinful, and bad, and all of those things are just a lie on negative things, right? That they need to always bring back one more positive to always be good as truth. And until our government does it, I don't care if it's Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. I don't care what kind of heart or what kind of mind they think they're putting into this world. Well, I'm telling you, you're putting extinction into yourself. You're putting extinction into your fellow man. And the broken system of you is a reflection of it always. And the reality check of your paychecks and the suffering, death, in contrast to the world around you, man, it is a reality check to the real of the negative of you, man. Listen, I couldn't take a paycheck that was over minimum wage, man, knowing that there's people out in this world, right? Not as a government official, not as a leader, right? That you know that's in every state of the union, starving, or homeless, or abandoned, or abused, man. Not without knowing that these people are absolutely going to be taken care of no matter what under your leadership. And if you cannot do that, if you cannot make that kind of commitment to your job, you need to just quit. But anybody else who wants to make that kind of commitment to their life and to their job and to their people, man, all they have to do is cross all they are at 360 degrees, right? Anything negative, more positive, man. You add up good as truth. You hear me? It's the only way you can add up, stay, or be good as truth to an absolute bigger, better of God, of you here and now. It's the bad way of nothing. It's the evil way of nothing. It's the sinful way of nothing. And no matter if Donald Trump gets in office or if Kamala Harris gets in office, if they state any way but that way for all mankind, they're just a consistent lie that's erasing themselves, man. They are scratching themselves up out of existence of reality check. And no matter how somebody talks them up, you see what I'm saying? That job and their lives will state for that to the reality check of themselves. Because you can't get around the fact that you're just selling out all God's with reality check. This information is circulating, like it or not. You're going to get at me. And we're going to make this thing bigger and better, good ass truth, more positive than negative, man. Or I'm telling you, it will be the one, nothing of you eventually. It will be the end of you always, man, forevermore. You understand? Because the absolute of all things negative is the one, nothing of them here and now, infinitely. You understand? So, unless you want to be that way, my advice to you, right, is to only cross all things one more positive, good ass truth, bigger and better than all negativity. And when you're done getting a game plan together, right, get at me, because all else is nothing. How is the body to function without the head? Where's the body without the mind? You see what I'm saying? And you fools have no mind for it. But you know I'm not lying. So it's about time that we connect, bond out, and figure it out. And until that happens, man, you know what I'm saying? All God, truth, reality, check of mankind is in a perpetual negative, killing themselves, selling themselves out suicidally to a function of death, man, to blind slavery of faith, fools that don't know to only cross all they are back one more positive than negative always. It's the only way you can add up, stay, or be good as truth. I can't say it enough. To an absolute bigger, better of you here and now, alive and well. You can't suffer out of existence, decay, disintegrate, or die. And that's an absolute predictor of your future here and now state. And if you only state that way, that will be an absolute of your shape, form, and mass, past, present, and future, always to the here and now view, infinitely forevermore. That's God. That's truth. That's a reality check. Peace. From the full thief man, God, King, Adam man, first evolved, the triple mill, of all I am.